cat in the box.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Nick. We are back with another fine episode. We got a bunch of topics, but Nick, first, man, how was your weekend, man? Like, what'd you do? Did you do anything special?
Yeah, I went up to Boston. It's a funny thing, man. You know, unvaccinated people can't do anything up there, so it was kind of like a bust in a way. You know, I couldn't even get into the hotel.
You took a ride to prison, basically.
I couldn't even get into the hotel, Mike. I had to sleep in the car. When my girlfriend, she went into the hotel, I said, go inside the hotel.
That's nice. That's nice. You did that.
I slept in the car every night. She slept in the hotel.
It was freezing.
Yeah. And, you know, I wasn't allowed to keep the car on because, you know, emissions and stuff, and the world's a green place.
Of course.
And every morning for breakfast,
Gotta protect
she got into the car. I brought her to a breakfast spot. She went inside and ate, brought me some breakfast out. You know, then we went to a museum. Actually, it was an aquarium.
Did she videotape it for you?
She did. She went in, she videotaped it for me. She brought it out. Lunch, dinner, the same thing. It was great. It was great.
You went up there at the wrong fucking time. It sounds.
Yeah, exactly the wrong time. It was funny because the morning that we went up there, she was like, "Oh, let me see if what the protocol is for Boston." And it just happened to be January 15th, the day we were going up, was the day that every single business in that place needed to have a vaccine card. So I wasn't able to go anywhere, Mike. I had to piss on the street.
I mean, that's probably why you got the room for like $10, because like everybody knew that weekend it was going to be fucking disaster. I'm just glad you didn't get frostbite or you didn't fucking starve to death. I'm glad you seen the penguins and shit. She sent you the video of the penguins. That was nice of her. Yeah. Man. Terrible, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad now. It's amazing how we get treated like third world class citizens. I think I said that right. Yeah, we get treated like shit for not getting a little fucking tiny little shot, man.
Yeah.
Can't even go see fucking penguins in the fucking zoo aquarium thing. Imagine
the poor people that live in Boston that can't really do anything anymore. Their whole social life has just been destroyed. I don't even know if you can go to the supermarket. I don't know if it's gotten that far because that'd just be ridiculous.
You gotta eat though.
But imagine a world where you can't because you're not fucking vaccinated.
I mean, it's almost like you went to like a place up there and like if you just ask for water and they'd be like, "Oh, let me see your vaccination card," and then it's just I'm like, "Oh, wait, I don't have vaccine." Then you can't get water. You fucking you starve. You can't eat. You can't fucking drink. You're done.
It's not almost like that. It is like that, Mike. I've heard war stories like something like that, exactly to the T.
Man.
Yeah.
Ain't that a fucking shame? What are we gonna do, man? People that they got people like so wrapped up in their phones now anyway. They'll just stay home and fucking Zoom or fucking like FaceTime people. You know, that's pretty much what it's going to come to. Everybody's going to have to live in a bubble because there's just going to be 1,000 diseases just released upon the world when China decides to fucking release all the viruses at once, and they'll be fine. They'll just release it all in the world, and then we'll all have to live in a tight little fucking capsule. That's what's coming down to. It's over, man.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
So you either get your shot or you don't.
That's true.
Or if you're forced to get the shot. I'm not doing it. I ain't getting no fucking shot on my butt. No way. Tell me to bend over. Fuck you. I'll punch you. Anybody that comes at me with a fucking syringe, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a doctor, a fucking heroin addict, anybody. You come at me with a syringe, you're getting popped. Like, I won't even think twice. Like, if I see a fucking syringe in your hand, rubber gloves, like you ready to stick me, boom. That's what's going to come down to. That's going to happen. Like eventually, like there's just going to be doctors in the streets and they're just going to go fucking door to door. And I tell you what, with syringes in the hands, like fucking Freddy Krueger, it'd be a fucking nightmare fucking whatever street I live on. Can't say it on here. But they'll have fucking like 5 syringes in their fucking hands and ready to fucking jab you. You just gotta put up your dukes, man, and just gotta fucking blast them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, some people believe that, you know, the vaccine kept them alive, like Stephen A. Smith, for instance.
Ooh, topic
right?
time. This is topic time. Yeah, my weekend was fine, Nick. Don't worry about my weekend. I was good. I was expecting phone calls from my friends to get like, you know, hey, I'm at a weed store. Do you want anything? But no calls, no nothing, not even a fucking text or an email, but whatever.
Right.
So my weekend was fine. Actually, my weekend just consisted of gambling on football and winning. Nick, I'm up like $7,000 right now, right? But last night,
Are you?
yeah, but last night I could have won 7,100 if fucking Arizona.
Ooh.
Fucking would have won. So I would have been up like fucking $14,000 on fucking Caesar's app. Because if you go to Caesar's app, you throw $3,000 on there, they'll match it right away. So you get like 6,300 right off the bat. So you have 6,300 to gamble when you just put up 3,000 of your own money. So you gamble that. Dude, I made my money back, took it, put my 3,000 back in the bank where I had it, where it's gonna be safe. I left it back. I put it back there, and now I have like, you know, I had like 3,300. I was fucking gambling. I fucking made like up to like 7, man. So get on these apps, man. In New York, it's great. You just fucking sit by your TVs and bet all day, like I did. Have some drinks. I mean, I drank on Friday night. I went out for a little while, came home, drank a little bit after that. Saturday, I drank during both games. It was a 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and an 8 o'clock. So I drank all 3 games on Saturday. Saturday night, I was wrecked. By the time the late game come on, I was fucking hammered. Right. So then Sunday came on. I tried to chill a little bit, but it was such a fucking great football day. I had MLK day off. So I did that. And Monday, it was a Monday night game. I needed Arizona. I drank hard last night. So now I'm just fucking taking it easy. I'm fucking chilling right now. But yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, so topic time. What you say, Stephen A. Smith?
We have a problem. We have a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems. There is no way around this. There is no way to sugarcoat this. Based on 2 things that have transpired in the last 24 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem.
Yeah.
You want to fucking, you know what that fucking nut said? He went into the hospital for COVID, right? He had like 108-degree fever like every night for like 5 fucking days, whatever the fuck it was. I think it was like 103. I think anything above like 107, you're pretty much dead. So he went in the hospital. He was sitting in there for a while, having his COVID and shit. He's freaking out. He's like on death's door, whatever. He had the vaccine. He got vaccinated already. He had the booster, all that shit. So then he was like, thank God I'm vaccinated. Otherwise, I'd be dead. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. By the logic of what the vaccine does, it's supposed to weaken your symptoms. It didn't weaken your death. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to weaken. You're not supposed to have those fucking strong symptoms. You're not supposed to have 103 fever for 5 straight days. You're not supposed to have a migraine headache that lasts for 5 days. You're not. That's what all his symptoms. That's all he had. Like, it's supposed to weaken that. That's the highest you could go of symptoms.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much highest fever you could have before you're dead. The highest migraine is like, you can't. There's no higher headache than a migraine. Like, you reached that point. It didn't weaken shit, you jackass. And then he's saying, "Oh, I would have died without it." Like, does that make sense to you? Right? Doesn't that make fucking dumb sense what he was saying?
Well, it's either 3 things, right? The vaccine either had no effect on it whatsoever,
Right.
Either it made it worse,
Right.
or it made it better. So we'll really never know which one it is, right?
Well, what do you think it is?
I don't know, Mike, because it could be
it's tough,
any
right?
of those. It can be any of those. You can't say definitively that the vaccine saved my life. I'd probably say that it's probably more, it fucked them up more.
Yeah.
You know, like, how could you say like, oh, it was right here, it was 1 degree. Thank God that vaccine saved me by that 1 degree. No, it's not. No. That didn't happen. It's supposed to really diminish what goes on. Like, you didn't, if it didn't,
right,
then you would have had 100 times more fever than you know what I mean? Like Stephen A. Smith, you would have died in fucking 3 minutes otherwise if it was, you know what I mean? But
right, Nick, it's like when you go to the doctor and they give you the fucking chart that says like ow, or like in smiling when you're okay, and then you point to the highest one.
Yeah.
Stephen A. pointed to the highest one at the doctor with the frowny face,
Right.
like in tears, crying. Like
Yeah.
he checked off all those boxes. There's no going higher than that. Like
Right.
it obviously didn't help you, you idiot. Like maybe you're right, Nick. Maybe it's a dud vaccine. It could be that. It definitely didn't weaken his fucking symptoms. And so I'm ruling out that. I don't think it weakens your symptoms. I don't think the vaccine does that. I think whatever you get when you get COVID, you get whatever your immune system can tolerate. I think that's how it is. That's just my point of view. I'm sure everybody thinks it's different. I'm sure doctors around the world think, the vaccine lowers it, but I kind of don't believe it, man. I think it's a dud and they don't want to admit it.
Yeah, I mean, it's shaping up that way and it looks like it, but like we always say, hopefully it's not a dud and hopefully it does work somehow, right? We're not against it, guys. Remember that.
Right.
And most of the people that don't want to get vaccinated aren't against it either. They're not like fucking psychotic anti-vaxxers that will like do anything like that. You know what I mean? They just don't think that they need it, guys. That's all.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right. What the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ.
They're not the ones overcrowding the hospitals. It's just not true. It's not factual. There's mad people like I had COVID I tested positive for COVID on Friday. Right. So I stayed away from pretty much people. Like once I found out, like I just went home from work pretty much that day. So I pretty much just lounged around the house besides, Friday night when I went out, but I was like, fuck it. I'm going out anyway. I had no fucking symptoms. Then I had like a little bit of a headache. Right. And maybe a little bit of a sniffles. But what I do, I fucking drank all weekend. I fucking partied. I was fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, like, maybe I'm lucky. Maybe it just didn't affect me that long, but I wasn't going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to get paranoid if everything's ending. I got COVID, stay away. I'm going to fucking put a bag over my head. Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go around and be on top of people. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of kept my distance in a way from people. I didn't, Friday I didn't go to a fucking crowded bar. I wasn't fucking hugging everybody I fucking seen. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the way it is, man. Fucking COVID, man. Fuck it. Like, I think we gotta fucking get past this whole fucking shit because it's giving everybody a headache. All you see on the news is COVID this. My fucking phone, I downloaded the new iOS. It said like something like a thing came on saying on COVID, like you might be near somebody that had COVID or you might be like exposed. I'm like, who are you? Like, get the fuck away. Stop tracking me. Fuck out of here. Like exposed. Like what? I get exposed to the sun? I'm getting bad fucking suntan. Get fucking some SPF. Like, get off my phone. Like, I didn't download you. I didn't consent to this. I mean, I probably did when that whole fucking shit was in the writing in the fucking box. Like a million, just scroll down and hit like yes. You know how many times I probably sold my soul to the fucking new iOS? What are we at to? Like number 16 now? So about 16 fucking times. Fucking shit.
Yo, you ever think to yourself, how in China they all wear masks? For like a lot of Chinese people wear masks, I guess, because the pollution or whatever, right?
The pollution, yeah, it's disgusting.
But I wonder if the government coaxed them into wearing masks first to see how manipulable they were. Then they instituted communism because they knew they had them by the balls.
I'll edit that word out. I'll put the correct word of manipulation in there.
Manipulable. Because
well, you might be right.
If they're like, yo, you got to start off with something stupid like this, you'll see that 70% of the whole population will give in with ease. And then if you just push a little bit this way, you could even get them to go to a civil war. But you don't want to do that, right? So ease back a little bit and get it down to, like 65, 35% and stuff like that. And then you'll see, for next time when you want to take over.
They're playing fucking games.
Yeah.
It's they're trying to take away like pretty much your livelihood. They're taking away like goods and services now with the whole supply chain issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another topic right here. The supply chain issues going on. We can't get goods and services. I can't get a goddamn new transmission. My new transmission won't be here. They said I went through everything. It's like, oh, John, my mechanic said, oh, it'll be here in a month, right? New transmission. I'm like, great, John. I could wait a month. It's not that bad. It's still fucking 4 weeks. It's a 1 month out of the fucking year. That's like 10%. Right, 12% out of the year, whatever. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know how to do math right now. So it's a long time to be without your fucking ride for a fucking month. You're missing a whole month. Thank God this ain't the middle of like July when I'm taking the doors off or the top down, which I never ever do. I drive on the beach, which I never ever do. Like I'm glad it's not that time that I fucking losing my fucking Jeep. So I'm like, all right, I'll deal with a new transmission. Could it be 3 years, 100,000? I'm like, I'll take it. Then all of a sudden he calls me a couple of days ago. He's like, Mike, I'm like, hey, John, I'm like, must be good news. You call me. He's like, no, it's the total opposite of that. I'm like, what? I told my car was on fire or somebody stole my tires. He was like, the transmission won't be here until April. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's fucking January. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, April. I'm like, well, fuck that, right? He's like, yeah, like we're going to rebuild this fucking thing and I'll give you the 2-year warranty. And we just got to hope for the best and it'll be probably ready in like 2 weeks. But it's crazy that I have to settle for that. And because we can't get these goods and services from China, man, it's a problem. Like the whole supply chain system, like getting, goods from overseas, it's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. So like on these ports, the ports where everything comes in, like Newark or whatever. Yeah. There's so many containers on top of containers with shit in there. And a problem is they can't get enough trucks to go pick them up, enough truck drivers, especially in the Northeast. It's just like we need guys with CDL license to be able to go up and pick this stuff up. Don't forget, we had a bunch of warehouse people that put all this package and shit together, quit their jobs because they're getting paid more during the pandemic. You know what I mean? So why would you work during a fucking pandemic? I fucking worked. And so there was a shortage on warehouse workers. Then another aspect of it is like they need empty, they have like, we have so many empty containers and that's just taking up so much room. China doesn't want to come back and pick up the empty containers because it's not cost efficient for them to just make a trip, spending on all like the gas, all that shit to come up just to pick up the empty containers to load it up so we could get our stuff sent to us. They don't give a shit. We don't really send them anything, so they don't give a fuck. Like, what are we building for fucking China? You know what I'm saying? So like that's a whole nother issue with the whole supply and chain, man. It's crushing businesses, man. We can't get shit.
Makes you think maybe we should go back to cooking our own vegetables and making our own broccoli.
No,
our own corn.
No, I don't want to do any of that shit. I don't want to do any hard labor. You nuts? I want my shit when I want it.
Yo, let me ask you an off-topic question here because I really don't remember what the fuck we were just talking about. So,
supply chain.
Yeah, supply chain, right? You're telling me how the fuck did people survive back in the day? If you wanted to go into the woods and make like grow your own vegetables, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me how many fucking plants are you going to need to supply your whole family with tomatoes for the year and corn for the year? And like, what about the timing of it all? Right? Like your pig's not fat enough, so you can't kill him and eat fucking ham for the whole year. But then your tomatoes, like you need to start somewhere. So you're like, okay, we're all moving to the woods. All right. We got to wait for these plants to grow before we can eat them. So you can't just be like, you can't just be living and be like, you can't start by living off the land. It's impossible because you'll die.
Yeah. I mean, I could last fucking 30 minutes out in the woods. If you sent me out in the fucking woods, I'm not making it.
Right.
Like shit, man. I go for massages sometimes when I'm feeling stressed out. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to live the good life out here. I'm not trying to go back to caveman days. Fuck that.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Mike, if we sent you into the woods, do you think you could get out of there? I don't know, man. I get massages and stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I fucking get my massages. I fucking, I get my feet rubbed. I fucking watch the games. I have some fucking beers. I get food delivered to my house. Like, I'm living the good life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you throw me out in the woods, like, I gotta kill an animal to fucking survive and eat it. Like, what if I get cold or chilly? Like, what if it rains? What if it fucking rains out there? What am I supposed to do?
You turn into an icicle, man.
You can't go under a tree if it's fucking lightning out. You're dead. You picked the wrong tree. You're fucking done. Like, and it's all trees everywhere. So you're just like, you're playing Russian roulette out there. Fuck that, man. You go we should try like getting like a TV show where you have to go. Yeah, probably go totally like naked, right? We'll fucking get you lost in the woods, and then we'll have a documentary about it. Like, see if you can survive lost and naked in the woods. That'd be a good show.
How about that combined with like a sequel section of it where it branches off to Lost and Naked in the Woods / Caught Red-Handed. Perfect setup.
Caught red-handed. You want to explain to the people what caught red-handed is, so they know what the hell we're talking about?
I'm sure. If we've mentioned it before on this podcast, but basically, Caught Red-Handed is a reality TV show where hidden cameras go into a men's bathroom, and one of the TV hosts is peeing in the urinal, and somebody will come up to him and pee next to him, and he goes, "Hey man, you want to play a game?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you want to play a game where you can make $50,000?" And he's like, $50,000? Shit. Yeah, what kind of game is this? And he goes, "Well, all you got to do is come with me into the bathroom stall and jerk me off." The guy's like, "That's it?" He's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "But there's one catch. You have to dip your hand in this can of red paint right before you're going to jerk me off." And the guy goes, "Yeah, I could do that." So they agree. They go into the bathroom stall. The dude fucking dips his hand into the red can of paint. And then Hike Halarzo comes, kicks open the bathroom stall. The guy turns around, looks at Hike Halarzo with his red hand like out, like he's getting caught for something. And Hike Halarzo goes, "You got caught red-handed."
Dude, that's hilarious show. It's like try to catch a predator, but just try to catch people that want to get jerked off in the bathroom. Another great show, man. Another fucking fantastic show on the Mix It Up podcast.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but that's supply and chain issues right there. The whole fucking dynamic of it, man.
Yeah, I mean, people have been putting pictures up lately of like the grocery store empty and stuff. I haven't been to the grocery store, so I don't really fucking know.
I haven't. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of shit like out of stocks. Like out of stocks everywhere. Like not just like that, even like my company, like a lot of beers. You can't get these beers from overseas. Like once we ran out, like here in America, like that's pretty much a wrap. It's gonna take forever to get that shit over here.
But if this is something that could happen so easily, I'm sure that the government knew this was going to happen, because there's people that project things that, oh, we have this on stock and we, sell this much chicken. We're going to run out soon. So why wouldn't they give us the heads up and say, you need to slow down in consumption? I know why. I already know why. Because they're going to, you buy everything, and now there's going to be a fucking high demand and a low supply, and it's the fucking price is going to go through the roof. That's exactly why. So they're going to make as much money as possible. Yeah. Fucking.
But we have a terrible administration that's absolutely doing dog shit about it. They're not fucking fixing shit. Like It's almost like you're sabotaging this fucking place. But that's fucking Biden. That's fucking Biden for you.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Mike, the prices go up. That means they're getting more money on taxes all the time too. Your money can't sit there and do nothing anymore. If something's $100, you're getting $80 in tax as opposed to $50. So,
right. But then, I mean, we're starting to see like the prices starting to go up.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of things too, just not like, all the supermarket shit, like the cars I was talking about. Like I think my dad got offered for like his like he has like a Honda, old Honda, like from 2005, 2006 or whatever, Pilot. And something like 80,000 miles on it, whatever. And then the dealership at the time, this was only going back last year and a half. Dealership was offering like about like $1,100 for it, right? Fucking $1,100. Now, when I brought it to John, my mechanic, the other day, he's like, you can get easily 5,000 for it. Easily. He's like, they have no trade-ins, man. But if you go to trade in that vehicle, right, and you get 5,000 for it, if you want to buy a new car prices are just out of fucking control. Like the Jeep I want is like 70 grand. I'm like, man, do I gotta fucking rob like a bank or something like to get that truck? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Crazy. You gotta hold on to your shit that you got right now, man.
That's what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna have a fucking rebuild fucking tranny. I'm gonna have a fucking tranny that went through a little bit of fucking little bit of a change. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have rebuild parts. He might have a fucking broken penis pistol, a broken fucking sloppy pussy. Like, who the fuck knows what's happening in there? I don't know what these mechanics do.
Yeah, that's all I know is you better make sure that transmission is fucking on point, and you better start building shields for that Jeep and like a plow in front of it for when the zombies come.
And just fucking plow these motherfuckers. Do you think the zombie apocalypse is gonna happen in our lifetime?
I kind of like think. I mean, I hope so. I mean, what the fuck?
You kind of want to see it, right? Like, it'd be whack if like you died and then the zombie apocalypse happened like 20 years later. You're like, man, I fucking missed that. Like, you don't want to miss fucking special events like that. Like, I want to see, like, you know what I want to see? I want to see like a fucking big meteor just fucking plow the earth. Not near me. I just want to be able to like kind of like see it like in the distance where like I could see it happening like in real time, like in real life, but like just stay the fuck away from like my neighborhood. Like, there's a couple spots in the South Bronx I wouldn't mind fucking the meteor hitting, but fuck that. No. Don't get it closer here. But I would like to see like the meteor kind of like, it'd be cool to see something from fucking space. I want to see that happen. I don't want to see anybody die or anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like saying it'd be cool to see a fucking meteor just blast the earth. I want to see, I want to see like aliens. I think aliens are just living among us anyway, but I want to see aliens fucking pop up in this fucking spot. And yeah, like, and zombie apocalypse would be fucking pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I want to see like all of us just be like, I want to like see like the year 4000, see just motherfuckers just flying around in like in their fucking astronaut suits. or just going like, going from one place to another in like a split second. Because they're gonna have some kind of shit where it just fucking fucks with your atoms or whatever, your fucking shit going on, and then all of a sudden you're in another place in like 2 seconds. So I want to see all that sci-fi shit.
Sci-fi.
What would you want to see?
Sci-fi cracks me up, man.
Sky-fi.
What would I want to see?
Skyrisey.
I want to be a part of that zombie apocalypse, man. I want to show what I'm worth.
Would you want to be Rick? Or you want to be a zombie? Like, look at this fucking zombie. Like, imagine you'd be like in a zombie apocalypse, you want to be the zombie. Like, it's something wrong with it.
Lunatics are shooting themselves right away because, like, oh, yes, I could be a zombie.
I want to be Negan. This is Walking Dead we're talking about, by the way. Be fucking cool. Carry around a fucking bat with spikes everywhere, just fucking blast these zombies over the head. That'll take out a lot of aggression.
Man, we were up, me, my brother, and my sister's boyfriend. Well, a bunch of us. We were all upstate, but we were riding a quad. There was 3 of us. Actually, at one point there was 4 of us. My nephew was on it too. 4 people on a quad, right?
Oh shit.
But so we're riding on this thing, and we're like, I'm sitting on the back, and my sister's boyfriend's in the front, and my brother's driving, and I'm just like, at one point, we also had a flamethrower on the back of this fucking thing. By the way, you got to see this video.
I got the video of flamethrower.
I showed you the video, right?
Yeah, you're nuts.
Oh yeah, but we were driving, and we were just like, yo, we would need to like solder fucking metal seats on here, swivel seats, to be able to just swivel left and right on the side of the 4-wheeler. You know,
That'd be pretty
Just-
badass.
just buck.
I just fucking light these motherfuckers up.
Yeah. But I don't know. Why is it everybody's? Every man has a desire, like, or has that dream to like live in the zombie apocalypse. It's just like everything goes to
Is
shit.
it?
It's
Is
one
that-
of
is that
mine.
a
I don't
thing?
know.
Yeah, like I think that's a good like fucking poll we got to put up, because everybody I've ever talked to, and I brought up like the zombie apocalypse, like, because that conversation happens
Yeah.
when you're guys, like it just happens.
Yep.
And you'd be like, yeah, like I can't wait to fucking see it, and you got to do something about it, you know?
Right.
I never met like somebody I talked to being a zombie apocalypse and then be like, yeah, I can't wait to be a zombie. Like, dude, you need some Skyrisey or something. You need some fucking meds. Fucking nut. You know what's crazy, dude? When I was watching football over the weekend, right? So like, you know, no, I was watching this, and I was watching on Thursday. I was watching Law and Order, SVU, or with the other, with the crime one, with Elliot Staber being back. So I was watching it, like, and all of a sudden I just noticed it, like the very first commercial. This is like 5 commercial breaks, right, during the fucking show. And the very first commercial was Skyrisey. I'm like, yo, Skyrisey. I'm like, I get up, so I'm fucking dancing. You could do better now. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck it's for, you know?
I don't know.
But then I was like, then I seen another commercial for like you know, a pharmaceutical company. So I started counting throughout the whole hour. There was 12 pharmaceutical company commercials, not just Skyrisey. Like Skyrisey was on that once and never came back again. There was fucking like 12 different ones. It was, yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? And they're all doing the same shit. Like they're all like painting. They're fucking out in the fucking like the dewy meadow, just fucking lying on the grass. Somebody's fucking baking. Women are shopping. Like they put all this crazy shit. Like they're having fun. Why don't they just show the truth? Why don't they just show you in the doctor's waiting room with a terrified look on your face, and you're just like, fuck, I'm gonna have to take probably Skyrisey today. Like it should show you not wanting to take it. Like it should show you like, I don't want to fucking take this shit. It's got you trained where you show up to the doctors and yo, give me that shit. I want this. Like you're almost expecting to take something. Like I remember growing up, I never wanted to take shit. I never even want to take aspirin. And now people are just dying to get into the doctors, like these maniacs waiting on the COVID test to see if they're sick. They can't wait to get their hands on something. Like, what are you, nuts? Fuck it. Like, yeah, give me the Skyrisey. Like, fucking, what the fuck? Psychos.
They come up with
12.
some gnarly names, bro. Even like Prozac's a gnarly name.
They do got they're band names. They're fucking band names for fucking music.
Skyrisey.
Yo, Skyrisey is something like I probably would have tagged up back in the day, like on buildings. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just up back in like notebooks. I never had the balls of fucking like spray paint like the side of a fucking building. I think I was like Night Train or some shit, like my name back then.
Dude, Skyrisey reminds me of like watermelon and blueberry, like ices together, like Skyrisey, like blue and like the pinkish red, like Skyrisey deliciousness of like just eating that and drinking like a mixed drink. Like, oh, can you pour me out a Skyrisey?
I don't know why. It just made me think of that. Shit. I mean, yeah, Skyrisey. It just sounds cool as fuck.
It does. If you're
All
not
about
snorting Skyrisey, if you're not going away on spring break and snorting Skyrisey, you're not living.
You gotta take that bottle, smash it up, and just fucking start fucking going to town. Get your nose fucking ready.
Ready? Smash it all up. You pour it in a bag. You bring the bitches over, and they're fucking snorting it. Like, this is the best Coke ever. And you're like, it's not Coke. What? It's not Coke. What is it? It's Skyrisey.
Why is it clearing up my back acne? Then you start having all the fucking side effects that it shows on the commercial and shit. Like fucking, homicidal rage. Loud farts. Fire shit. Burning pee. You get fucking everything, man. You get everything when you take one. Yo, we should just take a fucking a pill just to try. Like we should have like a contest on this podcast one time. We'll take like I'll take Skyrisey one day. You take fucking some other fucking name shit, and we'll just see what happens to us live on the podcast. Fucking terrific. Maybe that shit'll help. Who fucking knows?
Oh shit.
Oh, God bless those fucking pharmaceutical commercials, man. They make a lot of money off us. It's fucking insane.
It's true. Very true. Well,
let's take
take a break.
after that, I need to take a deep breath. I need to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast.
Right.
All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Nick. Nick, I think another topic we got to roll into is this fucking Biden thing, right? We were just talking about him with the whole supply chain.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play. Well, I'll give you some context to this. It's Biden came on. He said something about Martin Luther King. It was Martin Luther King Day on Monday, and he kind of compared him to Leonard Floyd, the guy that got choked out. George Floyd. Yeah, I was thinking about the Rams pass rusher from this Monday night's game from the Rams. So George Floyd. Like, yeah, everybody knows who he is. He got fucking choked out for like 10 minutes. The cop fucking killed him, leaned down his neck, blah, blah, blah. But Joe Biden compared this guy to Floyd, like MLK. This is MLK. This guy, like history books, he's a good guy. Like MLK, like, what he did for like civil rights and for people's rights in general, not just black people or minorities. It's to compare him to like, a crackhead that got killed by a cop that held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly when him and his crew like robbed her house. Like, to compare those two kinds of people, is fucking crazy to me. Like, I don't even need to hear his fucking press conference, but I mean, here's Joe Biden. If you didn't hear it, I'm going to play it. Nick, just give me a thumbs up if you could hear it.
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
What? Are you nuts? Like, how could you say something like that? They didn't have the impact. This is Martin Luther King. I fucking wrote like essays about him, like growing up in school. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, I know you had like kind of like you're gonna play devil's advocate on this one.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna defend what he's saying at all because I think he's a fucking idiot for it. But I read the comments underneath the post that you sent me on this, and people were saying basically, like, he's not comparing like his life, their lives. He's saying like the event that happened caused more of a stir in the whole entire world than when Martin Luther King died. That's what he's saying. Because it went global, you know what I mean? The whole globe was like, the Black Lives Matter thing went insane and shit like that. So like it had a huge tidal wave of effect for sure, right? Yeah. But to say that it affected the world more than Martin Luther King dying, I don't think you could say that because you weren't there, right, to see what kind of effect it had. You don't know how much the world knew about Martin Luther King Jr. at that point. The whole world could have potentially been mourning. And the only pieces of shit out there that weren't were the racist white supremacist people that wanted him fucking dead, which isn't more than half of the world, by the way. It's a fucking small percentage. Yes. So the world could have all been fucking crying for that. Most people want peace.
Right.
So to say something like that is fucking stupid. It's ignorant. And it's using people to try to get reelected again, to make it seem like you're on their side and you're going to make George Floyd into a fucking saint.
Yeah.
And praise him like that. Don't ever fucking say that kind of shit don't compare anything. Don't do that. And I'm going to repeat this line. It was like when the Beatles couldn't compare themselves to Jesus Christ, then you cannot compare your George Floyd to Martin Luther King in any fucking aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be held accountable for your words. That's a fucking bullshit statement. And he's trying to get into people's psyches to make it seem like he's on your fucking side, but he's not on anybody's side, guys. So
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. That's straight up cover. That's politics. That's all it is. It's fucking politics. Now, maybe when he used a lot bigger impact, but maybe it's just it feels like a bigger impact because we're living in the technology world where all these stories reaches all over the fucking place.
right.
You know what I mean? So sure, like back in the day when Martin Luther King was doing his thing, maybe it just reached the papers. Maybe even the papers kind of hid what good he was trying to do to try to change the world for a certain amount of time. I bet that happened. I bet a lot of people didn't hear about Martin Luther King until
Sure.
after he died, after
Yeah.
he'd done all this stuff. So that could be it too. So I'll cut Biden some slack on that aspect, but that's kind of some fucking dumb shit you just don't fucking say. You know what I mean? Don't try to fucking, get people all fucking riled up over that. You're talking about a good, decent human being compared to a criminal. Like, you know what I mean? The criminal died. It sucks. He shouldn't have died like that. Nobody's debating that. But you're comparing like, apples and oranges. Like it's crazy. Like I just, it's comparing like Hulk Hogan in the WWF to the Brooklyn Brawler. You know what I mean? One's an asshole, one's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to know.
Crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, I don't know.
But you said it's just
There's
all politics. That's all.
There's plenty of other poor people that like, and not financially poor. I'm saying like poor people who got killed by any means, by anybody that should be held up as your saint. You know what I mean? Like a good person that got shot on the fucking street by some fucking degenerate. That's the type of person you should hold up about everybody. Why? Because they get killed by a cop. It makes any difference. Your life is a life.
Yeah.
Is a life is a life. It doesn't matter how it goes or gets taken or who the fuck takes it from. Like, why is it compared at all? And like we always say, like, if you want to stop it, like you got to stop it from where it fucking starts. You don't start picking off a piece and saying, we don't like this type of fucking violence and we don't like this type of violence. No, motherfucker, you like it or you don't. So
yeah,
if a cop kills you or a fucking this guy kills you, it's the same thing. You got killed by somebody that couldn't fucking control their temper, or you provoked either, or they're just pieces of shit. Doesn't matter fucking how it went down. But that's the fucking thing. And that's where all this fighting starts. It's like, no, it's like a difference between how, like, who kills you and who got killed. And it's like, that's somebody's fucking family. That's somebody's friend. It doesn't matter what color they are. It don't matter what their fucking job was, right? It should matter if it's a good person or it's a shitty person. That should like kind of level off the feeling. You don't want anybody to like get killed or anything really, or die.
Right.
But if they're a better person, why are you not holding them up? Fucking like Breonna Andrews or whatever, Breonna Taylor. She apparently like there's mixed stories on it, but apparently she was a good person, like a lot of people say. So then why isn't she the hierarchy of it? Why isn't, you know what I mean? She got killed by cops too.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And if she was a better person, why isn't she the fucking spokesperson for it? Or like, but there's people out there, there's little fucking kids out there that will get like shot, gunned down on the fucking street, and their name's forgotten in fucking 3 days when they gets cut out of the news. Yeah. Why? Because a cop didn't kill them? No, like maybe a gang member fucking killed them. Like, that's terrible. It's terrible all the fuck around. You know what I mean? Like, why isn't that a big fucking problem?
Dude, you're 100% correct, man. Maybe it's just like how the media portrays it, how they push their certain agendas down your throat. Maybe that's how it is. They just keep pushing it. And like you said, with like the other ones where like it's a kid, it's in and out of the news in a couple of days. Why is it like that? Maybe because the worser it is, it's almost like it's better for the news. You know what I mean? The way the cop killed him with the knee, whatever. Right. Maybe just because it was so fucked up that they just have to keep putting it out there. Maybe, maybe that's it. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, but on the flip side of that, like they'll fucking throw that down our throats. But now they won't even like put the description of a criminal in stories anymore. I don't know if you noticed that, but if you're reading an article, like you could see plain as day, like there was that there was a girl in LA, like right after college. She was working in like a furniture store. This is going back, I think, a few days ago. And crazy black man came in all fucking deranged, went in there. She was working in the store alone, fucking stabbed her, killed her for no reason. It was unprovoked attack.
Yeah.
And in the article, it just says tall man killed this, poor college student. They don't even give the description anymore. Like, why? Like, what? Why are you doing that? But if it was the reverse of that, if a crazy white lady went in and stabbed a black dude, it would be a hate crime. Automatically, it would just be an automatic hate crime. But now, with this happened the way it did, they won't say a hate crime. They won't say who it is. Just like, I just want the media to tell me the truth. I could see it, like, based on the video. If I didn't watch the video or whatever, I could see the video. Like, I've seen like the colors of the people. I could see who it was. I could see when they showing pictures of their names or whatever.
Could you see that he was tall as well?
I've seen that he was tall. Yeah. Like, I didn't even need to know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know who it is.
Man.
Yeah, but he was on the loose for a couple of days, Nick. So you're going to send this description out. Oh, I have to look for, that's a tall man right there. Right. He might be the guy. Like, they don't give any fucking, like, just give me the truth. Give me the facts. Stop trying to sugarcoat shit. Just tell it how it is. Yeah. If that's how it is out there, it's how it is. I don't give a fuck. Right. You know what I mean? It's not going to make me hate black people. It's not going to make me hate white people. Like, just because that one person of that kind of color did a fucking crime. It's real easy. Just give the description and say, this was an evil motherfucker and he killed a nice person. That's it. That's all we fucking need. We don't need to, we're adults here. We don't need to fucking be babies about it. Like, just give me the fucking real shit.
You's a fucking nut, nigga.
Well, then maybe they shouldn't give any description when the criminal's actually caught. Say it's like the criminal gets caught. All right, 38-year-old male, blah, 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 blah. But if it's something where, be on the lookout for this guy, then give his fucking description.
You would think. I mean, that's the way it was for a couple of days when he was on the loose in Los Angeles. But just, but they give a vague fucking description because they don't want to upset anybody. You know what I mean? And that's just fucking wrong. Like, even like, say if that was reversed and like they were going against, they wouldn't describe like a white person, it wouldn't offend me. I'm like, if it was a white person did it, tell them. Like, you tell them it's a fucking white person. It ain't me. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's all I give a fuck about. Like, man, people are just like, it's weird. It's so fucking weird. So sensitive. It's like everybody's being a little bitch. Like, just stop being a little bitch. If you stop being a little bitch, we could all fucking get along. I'm telling you. You just can't be bitches.
Yeah. I saw something the other day. It was like the Proud Boys and all that shit.
The white supremacist group.
But I don't know. I don't know if they're all white supremacists, man. And you know what? Maybe the people like that feel that way just are more like, and I'm not talking about all the racist bullshit. I'm talking about like keeping the country the way it was, like, a little bit more manly and aggressive and masculine.
Yeah.
And also feminine and beautiful and all this shit. Like they see it as a man and woman type of world, whatever. If that's the way they like it, that's the fucking way they like it. But that doesn't make them like a racist and a piece of shit. They just look at the world from a different perspective, and like, not everybody has to change. You know what I mean? You can't change everybody. Like, obviously nobody should hate anybody for anything like that, but you can't be mad at these people. And they you make it seem like they're these big fucking white racist pieces of shit.
Right.
But they just want to wake up in the morning on a farm, like maybe like have sex with their wife, like maybe go milk a cow, maybe beat somebody up, maybe eat a steak, maybe have sex with their wife again.
Sounds like a great day.
Maybe not shower, maybe get drunk, maybe go outside and shoot a couple guns in the air, maybe shoot your cow by accident and just fucking cut them up for breakfast the next day. That type of shit. That's not that. What is that not allowed?
That's country living, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That'd be fucking cool. That's a fucking nice day.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of these people are trying to protect. Like,
I get
the masculinity of the country, and they're not out there trying to shit on anybody.
Yeah, but a lot of them are like, but it's just like any groups like that. I mean, you talk about like the 1%ers, the fucking bikers, fucking the Crips, the Bloods, the Latin Kings, everybody like in those fucking groups. If you gotta like associate yourself with a group, I don't know. It just seems like it's like I think you're missing out, like in a way, like you're almost like closed-minded. And I don't know. I would love to like have like a guest, right? Where maybe we could all get them on. We'll have like one from every group. We'll have like a white supremacist. We'll have a Blood. We'll have a Crit. We'll have a Latin King. We'll have the Uzis. We'll have a fucking Nazi. Like we'll have like a whole fucking round table, right? And we'll just be, we could talk shit and we'll just see what happens. Like maybe people be talking shit. Maybe they'd be like, we fucking talk about some fucking the football game and have like some kind of common ground. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then they go back to their groups like, hey, guys, like loving other people and talking to other people, it's not a bad thing. And then they say that to their groups and then they automatically get killed for fucking saying that crazy shit. So we could bring that little piece for that small group for a second. So if anybody knows any of those groups that I mentioned, please don't come out and hurt me. I just want you guys to come on the podcast and just fucking talk, man. It's because it's interesting, man. I do find these like fascination with these groups of people, man. It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, it's crazy to me, but I get it in a way. But it's so interesting, man. It's so fucking interesting. We could all smash up Skyrisey together.
Yo, tell me that these white supremacists aren't watching Sunday football and like basketball and baseball and shit.
They got to, right? Like
they have to. And what do? They curse out the black people all the time, like like every time they get the ball in basketball, there's no white people on the court, so they can't watch basketball.
No, there's like always one on a team, and they probably yell at the TV like, "Pass it to the fucking white guy, pass it to the white guy." I don't know. It's fucking weird. Like, how are you gonna be like any kind of like hateful person and just watch sports? How can you be any kind of supremacist and just watch sports? There's a like crazy man. Even in football, there's fucking black, Spanish, white, Asian. There's every fucking group out there. Like, are you just gonna hate your team because maybe your team is filled with like colors of people you don't like? That's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Like I love my fucking sports teams. Like I love the Giants. I love the Yankees. Like I don't give a fuck what they are, where they come from. Like I love these motherfuckers. Like John Starks, man. I met my idol, John Starks, when me and Holly went to like a thing over near us, and I got to fucking like meet my favorite basketball player. Black guy, but like, I remember growing up, like I never seen him as just a fucking black guy. Like he was my idol. Like
that's because he looks white. Like
he kind of and he acted like white too. He's like, hi, I'm John Starks. I'm white. Nice to meet you. I'm like, hey, John, I'm Mike. I'm white also. So yeah, he was mad cool, but like I didn't fucking see that as shit like growing up when I was a kid. Like, can you imagine being in a group and you're not allowed to watch sports? Like, it'd be so fucking weird, man.
Yeah. I think they all closetly watch it. They have to, right? They have to.
What else do they do? Like just ride their motorcycles? Like you gotta watch TV, man. Like is there certain channels they just put on? It's probably a bunch of like VHS tapes they fucking watch of like fucking the Old Yeller type shit, or Wild Earp, fucking like those shows, those black and white fucking shows that like my dad watches like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like what are these fucking? They have this stupid music going on in the background. It's the fucking worst kind of television. I can't watch those old fucking dinky dorky shows, man. In the black and white.
Those old shits, nah.
They make me physically sick. As soon as I hear it, I fucking want to puke.
The hillbillies, they don't have to worry about watching TV though. Fucking with what's it called? Fuck, I lost it. Goddamn.
Wild Dirt.
No, Wild Dirt. No, Wild Dirt. Fuck. I was going to talk about
the basketball players.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They don't have to watch any. They could just stick to like the hunting and the fishing channel.
Yeah,
they'll never see a black person on those. Ever. Like, yeah. I get my sports in here.
Yeah, black people don't like to go fucking fishing and shit.
But yeah, they definitely. That's why like you feel like a lot of the times now it's just like it's a little bit of bullshit, You know, did these people really, really, really hate these people still? You know, or is it just a little bullshit? Because back in the day, a fucking real white supremacist. Number one, like I guess back in the real like 50s and 60s, whenever the fuck it was going on, there really wasn't many black athletes either, though, right? At that point, there was pretty much probably predominantly white people, right?
Yeah, I think you started hearing names like Jackie and coming into the major league and combining from the Negro League to the MLB, and then you see that, and that wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine just white people just playing sport like basketball? Imagine just 5 white guys. It'd just be like, there'd be no dunking, there'd be like bounce passes, there'd be no fucking flavor to the game. It'd just be all shooting and jump shots and layups. It'd be fucking boring.
Yeah. And their shorts would be so short still because none of them had big enough dicks that they would hang out if their shorts were that
Should be no escape. Oh, we could go all the way up, man. Go right all the way up to the fucking balls. Yeah, keep it coming. Go fucking higher. Don't all fucking have a fucking team hemmer that's all fucking hemming the fucking shorts. Yeah, keep going. Go right up to it's pretty much a button up there. Like fucking playing in fucking Speedos and shit. Fuck, that'd be a terrible NBA. That's some shit that would have ran out of business. Like that movie Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell when his fucking basketball team fucking ran out of business, ran out of money. That's what would have happened. Can't walk around with fucking those shorts, man. I remember growing up, or being like a kid, growing up. So I was born in like the late 70s. So people still wore those kind of fucking high shorts. If I look at the pictures, I'm like, what the fuck am I wearing? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? Shit. I mean, granted, that shit was able to breathe back then. Because that, there was no room for fucking slippage. Yeah, if you're walking around like a little fucking teen bopper still wearing those fucking things, you caught a boner. It's escaping. It's gonna escape like fucking water fucking seeping through the cracks. It's gonna fucking sneak out. You can't wear those fucking shorts nowadays.
You know those shorts out. We're talking about the same shorts, but on the side of the leg, there's a little triangle ink cut.
Yes,
there.
I was just
Well, I wonder how many people used to go around with their friends and just fucking snip it with a scissors and fucking whole pants fall off, because that shit had to be so easy to just.
I never thought about doing that. I remember just wedgies and shit back in the day. That was the thing. You do fucking wedgies to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was all shorts had that stupid triangle? What was it? Because it was probably some asshole had the tight shorts and they didn't have that triangle cuttage. And every time they sat down, the shorts probably just fucking broke. You know what I mean? It was so fucking tight and short, it would just fucking snap. So they're like, yeah, we need some kind of leverage. So when we sit down, our legs expands and then boom, we're able to fucking breathe.
Could be. Or just fill in the triangle with your mind right now, right? What does it look like?
It's I'm picturing red and white shorts.
Yeah, but now that the triangle's gone, it's basically just a skirt.
Oh yeah.
So that's probably why they put the stupid triangle. So it's not like these dudes were just dressed in skirts.
I mean, shit, they were wearing makeup in the 80s like Prince.
Yeah.
It was a really fucked up time. That's too much cocaine that era, man. You're wearing these fucking tight ass shorts and fucking dudes wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Thank God we're out of that. And we went from that age to the 90s where we're fucking dressing up like gangsters. Yeah. And then in the 2000s, I don't know, we just started dressing kind of nicer. I think people got better style in the 2000s.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I had baggy pants. Like I said this before in this fucking episode, I think I had fucking baggy jeans. I had fucking Timbs. I had fucking my Carhartt sweatshirt that was fucking a fat guy about 300 pounds could have fit in. I don't know. I had no business wearing that shit.
Yeah, I know.
And then I had a starter jacket to go along with that and a fucking basketball hat or some shit saying the Knicks on it. Like that was my outfit, man. It was nuts. Like I was walking around like crisscross. Like I think at one time I attempted to fucking wear my clothes backwards, like a jackass. There was people that did that. People wore their shorts and their fucking shirts like backwards. Like, what are you doing? Because Chris Cross fucking wore it. Fucking nuts.
Dude, when I was in grammar school, I had a bubble jacket that wouldn't even be able to fit me right now. That's how big this fucking thing was. It was black and yellow, and I can picture myself now, dude. You probably couldn't even see my kneecaps when I was walking up to school.
That's the original bubble jacket. It probably protected you from everything, from every fall you ever had.
Oh yeah, you fall down on that, you can't feel shit.
Yeah,
What the
dude.
fuck was that all about?
Extra-
Extra large, dude. I think I had extra large males.
Yeah. I think I was shopping in the big and tall section. I'm like, I'm not big and tall. Look at the size of me. No business shopping in these fucking places. You got this big? You got this in triple X?
Yeah.
I gotta go out tonight. Fucking nuts. You had to wear a fucking belt with your stupid baggy jeans. Like, my bag, I could have fit like probably 3 of my legs in one side of like my jeans I wore back in the day. And that shoe, I was tripping all the time. I was always tripping. The fucking jeans were so big. They you know how they have the jeans like back then, they go somehow they swallow up your fucking Tim. All of a sudden they'd be on the ground.
Yeah.
And it'd be disgusting wet. You'd just be fucking tripping. Everywhere you go, you just trip.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's the fucking worst. That's what we gotta have. We gotta go to a 90s party. We gotta have a 90s party one time. We'll fucking break out. Like, we'll get mad fucking big ass clothes. We'll be fucking bumping into everybody. Big jackets, big jeans. If anybody want to throw a 90s party out there, invite us, please. That'd be fat.
That would be. Dude, what if you know how like style doesn't really change that much? Like, nothing crazy goes on. But what if we wore jackets, like suit jackets, that were big enough for a fucking giant, right? A giant, so that the end of the suit the suit jacket went down to your feet, right? And the shoulders went out like fucking like 80 shoulders with like those really solid shoulders, but they cuffed up your sleeves. So like your arms can still work.
Dude, I'm picturing like Eddie Munster and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But like 10 times bigger than that though.
Yeah, it's like almost like you have to get fucking shoulder pads for football players to fucking put them on. So you'd be like a fucking like walking around like a box.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a crazy look. That's a crazy look. And people, if I wake up and like I get frozen and then people are fucking walking around like that, I'm like, pull me back out. Go back to sleep.
Oh shit.
Dudes are wearing jackets down to their feet. What's this world come to?
Oh shit. I don't know, but apparently in France. What were you gonna say?
I was about to feel like I think that's it for the Mixed Up podcast this week. Why is there one more topic?
Right, well, there's two: Joe Rogan.
Oh
and,
yeah. Oh, Joe Rogan. We got to talk about. Well, France is just like they're doing it again with the whole COVID thing. If you haven't heard, like they're requiring a booster now in order to keep your vaccination passport valid. So It's just gonna, every time a new shot comes out, they're just gonna use that excuse. Like, all right, in order to have your passport valid to go anywhere or to go to the store or go across state lines, you got to get your booster updated. That's how they're gonna keep track of you. So just fucking worry about that. But yeah, the other thing was Joe Rogan, man. Like there was an article, like Joe Rogan's been having these doctors come on, pretty much debating this whole fucking vaccine mandates and the whole vaccines in general and the whole COVID and what's going on. Just having real talk. That's all it is. But they had an article come out trying to attack Joe Rogan. So 270 doctors are trying to get Spotify, which Joe Rogan's part of, to try to get Spotify to delete Joe Rogan's podcast for spreading misinformation. So they looked into it. They dug in to see who these 270 doctors are. Some were fucking veterinarians. some were nurses, some were like I think like librarians. Like I think there's a librarian in there. Like, what the fuck are you doing in here? And then it was like fucking like they're just like random like a dentist. A dentist was in there. Like my man's working on your teeth. Like, you know what I mean? There's no COVID in teeth. At least I don't know about it. Like I haven't heard of COVID tooth yet. You know, hopefully people don't have to fuck. Oh shit, your bicuspid has COVID in it. We're gonna have to fucking yank it. Then you're walking around fucking like toothless Cotton-Eye Joe. Hopefully that don't fucking happen. So like, I mean, these doctors and they put the article out like they're real fucking doctors. Like I think 4 of them were the fucking people from the TV show Scrubs or fucking the TV show ER. Like, what the fuck we doing here? Like these doctors trying to go after fucking Joe Rogan. Just please stop it, you fucking goons.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, so what's going on? What does Spotify say?
They pretty much like they haven't really said anything, but I mean, Joe Rogan owns that fucking company. Spotify pay a man money. He gets more listeners than CNN now. Joe Rogan, you know what I'm saying? Like Joe Rogan is fucking huge.
Wow.
So because if you listen to Joe Rogan podcast besides ours, like it's a decent podcast compared to ours, and it's good. Like he has some interesting guests come on, and he's just being real, talking to like a normal person would talk to. You know what I mean? And he has doctors come on, just people that are acting normal, and that's fine to have. So these companies are so worried about that kind of word getting out. Why are they so worried about going after a guy that does a podcast? Why are they so worried? That should be the real question you're fucking asking yourself.
It's because he's got a lot of influence on a lot of people, and he's telling them basically not to listen to anything they're saying. So basically it's the whole world versus Joe Rogan, it seems. It's like Joe Rogan could possibly be the superhero of our times.
He could be.
You know?
That's crazy. The guy from fucking Fear Factor that made people go in fucking buckets of worms. He could be our savior. That's the crazy world we live in, man. Nothing ever makes sense anymore. Like I've had it. I cannot make sense of anything that's going on ever. Like it don't matter what I'm doing. Like I don't get it anymore. You fucking you were like the universe. You win. You fucking win. Okay. Right. I'll never understand.
And you know what? Fuck those 270 doctors for trying to do that shit. Because why? What happens when they say yes, and then like the millions of Joe Rogan fans say no? Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Are 270 people gonna win over millions of people? Like what? Their votes fucking count more for anything? Like these guys want to hear Joe Rogan talk about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about.
Thank you.
Fuck out of here. Don't tell them what's better for them.
Trying to slander his good name.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Huh.
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan for president, bro.
Yo, Joe Rogan for POTUS. Joe Rogan for anything, man. Yo, Joe Rogan. He's the best. He's the best.
He is. If you don't like Joe Rogan, you're kind of an idiot.
Yeah, you're a fucking moron. You stupid moron idiot. You gotta fucking listen to Joe Rogan and appreciate what he says. He's not really giving his strong opinions on stuff. He's giving all opinions, and then whatever you come to your conclusion, like that's what it is. He's not trying to force anything down your throat like some of these like CNN shows and shit does. So like, you know, I can appreciate somebody like that, you know?
Yeah. He's definitely not trying to force anything into your arm or your butt.
That's what she said. Joe Rogan not trying to fuck you. But on that note, I think we should leave the Mix It Up podcast and we could go listen to some Joe Rogan podcast. But check out the website, man. The link's in my bio at Mike Trainer MFT on Twitter. Nick, where else can they find us?
You can find us on YouTube and Instagram at the Mix It Up Pod.
That's right. Come at us. Like and subscribe. Download it. Write a comment. Do all that shit. But we out, man. We'll see you in another week.
Peace.
Peace.